Good evening. There is a budget crisis in California, and it has resulted in a deficit of $16 billion as of last year. However, this year, according to Governor Schwarzenegger, the deficit can balloon to over $47 billion this March. In order to further understand how the budget crisis affects us, I will first indicate how it affects us here locally at Cal Poly, and how the budget cuts here affect the economy's future and the future stability of that market. After that, I will explain what caused this budget crisis through the passing of Proposition 98 in 1988 and the economic crisis, more importantly the housing crisis, and how that led to a global economic crisis. After that, I will explain how rising taxes will only hurt the already weakened economy, and how that we must find alternatives. According to Charles V. Reed, Cal State University Chancellor, the state of California has already cut $500 million from the years of 2002 to 2005. An additional $300 million more will be cut as of this year. Currently, the Cal State budget is $215 million under operational minimum. Now, what that means is that 10,000 students as of March 1st, according to the dean, has been turned away from a Cal State system that should support the California economy. Moreover, if the Cal State system cannot produce graduates, it will further harm the economy, as our graduates only benefit California economy. According to the dean, he also states that if the states invest $1 into the Cal State system, the return will be $4.41. He also states that people with degrees are more productive to the economy, they commit less crime, and they can gain over $2 million more over the lifetime salary than a high school graduate. How the budget crisis was created. In 1988, California passed Proposition 98, which guaranteed that over 39% of the California budget has to go through K through 14 education, with room for expansions. What the expansions mean are the pay grades that are already built into the union contracts. The drawbacks to Proposition 98 that most legislators agree upon is that this automatic spending will lead to a deficit, as it doesn't allow for flexibility within the budget during times of crisis. Another point is the economic crisis, which has weakened the California economy. According to Dean Baker, who is the chief economist at the Economic Policy Institute, who has a PhD in economics from the University of Michigan, in July 2007, the market began showing weakness in the housing market. How this affects us locally is that as the banks were unwilling to provide further loans for the housing market, the market's bottom fell out from under it, literally. As people began to default on their loan, the high property values only mean that people have less money, and the less credit that is not easily available means that people have less money to spend into the economy. With banks losing money, confidence in the economy, as well as spending confidence, has dropped to all-time lows. What this means is that people are less willing to spend money, credit is harder to find, education is harder to get, and the legislator now, which brings me to my next point, the legislator now only seeks to increase taxes and cut budgets, even though there already is a budget deficit. We must resist we must resist rising taxes, because it will only weaken a weakened economy. These increases in taxes have already been shown, as the liquor tax has already jumped over 38% and sales tax has already jumped over 24%, according to the governor's budget proposal of 2009 and 2010. Another increase and a new tax, which is called the oil severance tax, which is a tax upon all oil being drilled out of California. This oil severance tax will lead and in fact is the cause and effect of why the oil prices over 2008 jumped, as this tax has jumped since its creation of last year over 138%. And in closing, in this time of crisis, the state must take necessary money from infrastructure bonds, as well as resisting raising taxes. We must seek to stabilize the economy before we can seek to stabilize ourselves.